Hello and welcome to round 12 of the Nations Cup. We're here about to see my qualifying lap at the Kyoto driving park, the fictional circuit set in Yamagiwa in Japan. Now this race is the reverse of the normal use of this track. It wasn't something I was used to before the morning of this race. I've had several laps in free practice and here we are about to set my qualifying time. You can see I've had a few goes already, ranging in the low 150s, and I'm here again with my son Isaac, who's going to talk us through the race.
Yes, I am here again today.
So we're about to cross the line. The best lap time was 151.2.
And it's now 150.1.
Wow, so there you go, that's got me second so far. Until qualifying is finished, that's got me in second place for the race. And welcome to the race day. If you've skipped the qualifying, using YouTube chapters down in the description, you won't know that I've started in second, but let's have a look at the rest of the grid.
So, here we are, looking at the grid for today. In first we have Zerval001 from Germany.
And alongside him in second place, there I am from Britain.
In third we have Min2 from the Netherlands.
And in fourth, from France, we have Wheelie Boys 972.
In fifth, also from France, we have Cloferay.
And in sixth place, we have Huldol Fan from UK.
In seventh, we have MTB Mick 50 from the UK.
And eighth place, we have Vito 692 from Italy.
In ninth, we have Melios1 from Greece.
And alongside him in 10th place, we have Tihan 43 from Spain.
In 11th, we have JRK Rata from Czech Republic.
And in 12th place, we have Rapaz 83 from Italy.
In 13th, we have Lucky GR74 from Germany.
14th, from India, we have Pagal Raja Jr.
In 15th, we have Happy Pappy 128 from the UK.
And in 16th place, we have SCTD 72.
In 17th, we have Fluky73 from the UK.
And 18th place, Royalty 24/7 from Netherlands.
And in last place, we have Albert W1 from Germany.
And here we're setting off down the straight, heading off now down towards the first corner. Sweeping left-hander, where Zerval's gone a tiny bit wide there. And I'm alongside him now, coming down towards a little chicane at the end of this little straight.
He has the inside corner.
Yeah, which gives me the inside corner for the next rider. He's backed off a bit, giving me the space, and I'm through in first. Awesome job. Now I've got to have a clean race and hope I can stay in front.
Ooh, Zerval's coming through. Looks like Min2 might have overtaken him.
Yeah, Zerval's knocked down to third now.
Not doing too well off the start.
Coming down to the chicane, and he was slideways through there a little bit, but at least it was clean. There wasn't any problems with anybody there, I don't think. We all got away safely.
Yes, obviously no contact, as you would have seen.
Looks like I pulled away already, not the front there.
Wow.
In fact, yes, we're concentrating the battle for second at the moment.
And it looks like Zerval's got it again.
Zerval's taken second place back through that sweeping right-hander, which leads up and downhill towards the S's. There I am, traversing the S's now in my Mitsubishi Lancer.
Looks like Zerval 001 might possibly be catching up, very slowly though.
Okay, so around the final corner and onto the main straight to finish the first lap with a already fairly healthy lead.
Yes.
Couple of seconds.
I believe this race is at evening, so that is why you can see the headlights on, so that might block a driver's view to behind him, possibly.
There I'm going through to get a purple sector. Obviously the first lap was never going to be the quickest because you're not starting at full speed from the auto drive.
Ooh.
So at this lap everyone's going to have a quicker lap on the second lap at the moment, and mine was the quickest, going through the first sector first. Don't know what's going on behind me as I come down towards the chicane.
On the grass a little bit there.
And there's Zerval again, second place, going a little
He's
wide,
gone off,
going a little wide through the chicane there,
but he's still holding second.
and it looks like he's got the best lap time so far at that point.
Yes, I think so.
Right, coming into the S's again.
Zerval.
They're all a bit closer to me now, look in the background.
Yes. I'm definitely catching up.
Yeah, so the pressure's on, I can't make any mistakes or they'll overwhelm me. So the pressure's on a little bit now, I've got to keep my line, keep my braking points, keep my turning points clean and in the right place.
Yes, certainly, but you're doing well so far.
Yeah, cross the line in first with another fastest lap of the race so far.
1:51. As we said, the first lap will be slow, but 6 seconds quicker. I didn't see that coming.
Oh, well, that's the qualifying time was 1:50.9, so there's more time in it yet.
There's about a second between.
Pole was on a 1:49.9, so that Zerval in second place. He's actually got a quicker individual lap time to me, but race pace is always different. You're not always going to get your perfect lap.
No, but we are spectating Zerval 001 now.
Oh, that's Kra Min goes off in from third. What's happened there? Yep, he's gone off and he's come back on the track in fourth. Oh dear, what happened there?
Didn't see that. But there you are again in first.
So what we're doing now, we're coming up to the sweeping right-hander that leads down towards the S's.
Currently quite a lack of action race from your perspective.
Well, it's a lonely race, and if it leads me to win the race, I'll gladly take a lonely race. Now this race again, I researched this before the lap. There is no need for pit stops, but obviously in this 13 lap race the fuel will be an issue. I have my fuel mapping button ready to change at a moment's notice. I'm starting on 1 power, which gives us as much power as possible, which obviously in that respect uses as much fuel as Zerval, now closing the gap a little bit there in that long shot.
But anyway, on to lap 4 with another fastest lap.
Oh yes.
A little bit quicker than your qualifying time there.
Excellent. Yep, so I'll keep my eye closely on the fuel gauge, as you can see at the bottom of your screen there. I'll be looking around halfway to see where my fuel gauge has gone. I don't want to pit in this race. If I can remap my fuel to lower settings halfway, I will do to manage that fuel. But repeat, no pit stop is legally required for regulations in this race. So let's see what the strategy is from all the drivers.
Yes.
Down to the chicane.
I mean,
that was a very tricky one for me to learn that, because the entry to the chicane is downhill on a slight curve, and to find the braking point for that and the entry speed, very, very tricky. It took me a while to get that one right in practice.
Anyway, so as we've said, it is a lonely race from your perspective. So soon we might be switching on to the more action part of this race, but there's another purple sector.
Yep, here's Zerval in second. What's happening here? Oh, he's gone very wide through the S's. Oh, and again.
Not too much.
I think he went off him too. Yeah.
Oh, he got a second penalty there.
1 second penalty for presumably going off the track in two points through there.
And it looks like he just got that before.
Oh, and he's gone wide through the final corner as well and spun it. Oh, and now he spun it coming back onto the track. Easily done. I've done it myself. You've seen in previous races I've done that myself.
Oh, he was doing well at the start with the qualifying.
Oh dear. He's dropped back into 4th, but here comes 5th. He still hasn't served his penalty. He's serving it now.
Almost went down to 0 miles an hour then.
Oh dear. Yeah, I feel for him, I really do. But he's dropped back into 5th, but that has given me a little breather up front.
Certainly has. I do kind of want to see your lap time now.
As he gingerly goes around that hairpin.
He doesn't want to mess up anymore now.
He has. Oh. He's gone off again.
He has.
Oh dear. I think that put Pagal Raja off his line there as he went off. Probably half expecting to have to negotiate Zerval, but oh dear. What a horrible lap that was for him.
I definitely feel for him there.
Yeah, we've all been there. But I've looked now, I've got the fastest lap of the race again in that before as we were watching Zerval there. 1:50.4 my lap time was at the end of that lap.
Yes. Going quicker every lap so far. Let's see if you can get into the 1:49s and at Zerval's lap time.
I'm just watching my timer to come past this sector. Time is 1:20 and the guy behind me is crossing it now. So I've got about 5-second lead on second at the moment, which is a nice healthy lead, but we've seen so many times in my races one mistake and that just disappears. So not quite so much pressure, but I've still got to keep it on the track, keep it tidy.
Yes, certainly. One mistake and your race win could be over.
I'm going to complete the 5th lap
with slower lap this time.
Yeah, not too bad. It's alright. Keep it. Oh, and here we are, battle for 8 here.
Yep, looks like Zerval's into 9.
Zerval's made up a place. What's happening here then? Let's have a look. He's battling with that Pagal Raja who got past him in his earlier mistake. Is he going to get back to place? Down the straight? Yes, he did.
Yes, I believe the Expo is the faster car, but I'm honestly not sure if they're all tuned a different way to be exactly the same.
Well, I'm quite surprised the Expo is in this, as he actually loses that place again. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, kept his mind to keep it.
Just about doesn't.
Because the category for this race was an N500 car. I went and picked a 4-wheel drive car to give myself a bit more traction out through the corners and out the corners. Despite having the electrical setting turned off, a 4-wheel drive is obviously going to have more traction than any other. But I chose that. Now the Expo wasn't an N500 category car, it was, I believe, an N400. So when I saw this in the qualifying, I was very surprised.
Yes.
Very surprised.
We could be wrong, so...
Anyway, here we go. Completed another. So obviously, maybe you can just use an N500 or lower, possibly.
Yes,
that's
possibly.
what it means. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got a good, still got 5-6 second lead there over second place, who is MTB Mick from Britain. And we're coming down to complete the 6th lap finally. Now we're almost getting to halfway. And as you can see, I'm crossing the line now. and I've got about half a tank of fuel, so I don't want to risk running out. So this is the time where I've just switched it down to number 2, setting 2, which just uses a little bit less fuel and gives me a little bit less power.
I believe it's still in power mode, but still uses less power.
Yeah, there are 6 settings in the fuel mapping. There's level 1, which is most power, most amount of fuel, going down to level 6, which uses the least amount of fuel,
Yes.
but obviously gives you the least amount of power.
Yes, and speaking of 6th, we are viewing 6th place.
Oh yes, Melios 1, is he?
From Greece, looks like he might possibly get the place here. Not
Well, he's
right
battling
now.
with JRK Rata ahead of him. Oh, a bit of argy-bargy through that corner, but he's got the place. No
Yeah.
penalties, so
Obviously just rubbing, which is racing.
Rubin is racing, you're right there, Kilo.
Yeah.
So JRK,
JR Crater. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but
well, he's having a good race. He started in 11th.
yes. But he's sticking on Melios 1's tail, definitely.
Oh, as Melios. Oh, they
Oh.
both go wide through that corner,
Oh, I didn't expect that.
putting each other off, and that's given Ray a chance to get back into the action. Oh, yeah,
Which he
he
does.
does.
Into 6th and into 5th.
Through into 5th. He's taken advantage of their mistake there. Excellent driving from Rata from France
And
in his F40.
I believe that's your favourite car.
It's certainly one of my favourite classic cars. Absolutely is.
But Melios 1 possibly sticking in 5th now.
Yeah, Melios got that place back out the final corner. No, it's not the final corner. It's the right-hander before the S's.
Yes. But
Oh, and Ray has a heavy hit there, going off, and a heavy hit into the barriers.
and I wonder how
JRK's got a penalty as well,
JR
though.
Crater, I wonder how he got that.
Didn't see that penalty, but he'll be serving it down here.
But Zerval is now up into 7th.
Yeah, JRK's gone into the pits, look. Now, I think I've noticed the fact that the penalty zone, instead of penalty, is actually alongside the pit, so I'm suspecting he's going to serve this on his exit. And yes, indeed, look, there's a countdown. He's actually served his penalty on the exit of the pits. That's a great fact to know. You serve your penalty at lower speeds, you lose a lot less time.
Yes,
So-
but he's just got up into 8th.
He's got back his 8th place immediately after dropping back from 5th.
Looks like, and I can't see right now, but it looks like Zerval got up into 5th just then.
So we know that if you get a penalty and need to change tyres, then that's a good time to come in. But we also know now that people are going to pit in this race. Now, maybe that people don't know about the fuel mapping, possibly. Maybe they want to make sure. Now, at the moment, I'm sitting pretty here because I've still got a good lot of fuel left, and I've halfway around lap 8 now.
Yeah. Still, your best lap it is lap 4.
Yeah, well, I've turned the map down once, so theoretically,
It should be, yes.
if I'm getting the most out of the car, then fuel map 1 should be the best, quickest. MTB Mick is still behind me, so I'm not too comfortable at the moment. Can't make any mistakes still.
Yes, but anyway, about Melios 1, who we were spectating about a minute ago, he's up into 4th with Zerval behind him, and Huldolfan in 6th.
Oh, but he's just taken 5th. Looking at that graphic on the left,
Yes, and
Dolphin has moved up into 5th.
maybe Zerval pitted. I don't know. Maybe he lost 2 places.
It comes up with a little P next to him if he's in the pits.
Ah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yes,
comes up with a little P next to his name.
but maybe he just made a mistake. That was probably one of the obvious options, I'll say. But he's down into 8th.
He's certainly having a mixed bag of misfortune today, isn't he? Our pole sitter.
Pole sitter, but now 8th. Anyway, let's see what's going to happen in the next parts of the race.
Well, we've got the final half of the race to come now. We're well over halfway. 6.5 laps would have been halfway. We're halfway through lap 8 now. Still got MTB Mick about 5 or 6 seconds behind. Although we both are fairly down leading. Now what's this? We say Hull.Fan's got half a second penalty.
Don't think he will lose a place. I believe there is about a 1.5 second gap between him and 6th. But you can't judge that by the space.
A little ragged through there though, very ragged through there, and Co-Rafley, as you say that, he's actually got past him before his penalty.
Yes, before his penalty.
Oh dear, that's a shame.
I believe that's only because he messed up, but everyone makes mistakes, and that's exactly one of the best ways to learn.
Well, he started in 6th and currently is racing in 6th, Hull.Fan.
So anyway, we're spectating MTB Mick,
who's the second place man.
Oh, he's just spun.
He spun it off and going into the first corner.
I think he was, I don't know, but he may have been pushing too hard to get to you.
Oh dear. That's a shame for him.
Because he did catch up a little bit.
Nice for me though. Oh, and who's this? This is
Melios going into the pits.
Melios into the pits from 4th place. Koflare goes through into 4th.
Action-packed race so far,
Melios, yeah, Melios does come out in 5th.
And Hull.Fan went into pits as well.
Did he?
Yes, I believe he did. Zerval is up in 7th because of that. Because of
So that really has helped now. MTB, a little unfortunate event into turn 1, has given me a really healthy lead now.
Yes.
I'm just checking to see when MTB crosses that sector. He's crossing sector 2 now, 109. So I'm about 10 seconds. I've got about a 10-second lead now.
Yes. Obviously you don't want to win because of other people's mistake, but if that's the only way you can, you'll have to take it.
I was winning anyway.
That is very true.
I haven't made any mistakes myself now. Now what I've done at this point, unfortunately the graphic at the bottom doesn't show this, but with that little off of 2nd place, I've now turned my fuel map down to 3, just to make sure I don't run out. I've got a little comfort zone now. In fact, looking at that graphic, possibly even slightly more than 10. But I've turned my fuel map down to 3 to really conserve fuel.
But yes.
And obviously, going slightly slower with the less power that gives, it also is going to help save those tyres as well. With the joy. So I'm keeping my eye on the gap. Keeping my eye on the gap. But I'm really conscious now of just getting to the end of the race as MTB goes off again.
Oh, he has the same car as you, so I thought it was you because I didn't realise that it switched.
Oh, it's not the same if you look closely.
Oh, if you look closely, no, it's not. But
that's the Subaru works.
But it looks similar, certainly.
Yeah, they do. Those two cars, very popular cars.
Yes.
Those two from Japan.
And looks like he's
going into the pits.
Yes, but his lap 9 was very close to your best lap, which was, I believe, lap 4.
Well, you know what this means, don't you? Now,
yes.
2nd place is pitted. He's only come out in 3rd, but that means now that my gap back to 2nd, who is Wheelie Bins from France, my gap now is and he's gone wide. He's gone off on those cold tyres. Oh, I'm assuming it's cold tyres. There's 2 reasons you could go off of that first corner at the pits. One is your braking point has actually changed because you're not going full speed, as Koflare goes off behind him as well. But your braking point's not the same because you're going slower out the pits, so your braking point's further into the corner. And also you've got cold tyres, so there's a number of reasons you could go off there that first one after pit stop. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Very unfortunate for him. Back dropped to 4th now.
And
so,
now
as I lead past that sector 124, I'm looking for 2nd place. I have got a massive lead now.
At least 20 seconds, that looks like.
I'm waiting to see that on the little graphic in the top right hand corner. I'm looking at the graphic of the little blue triangle to come past that 2nd sector now. Yeah, I've got a good 21 second lead.
Yeah.
So if I need it, I've got a pit stop in me. Remember, this race doesn't require a pit stop.
But it does look like you're running a little bit low on fuel. It's not too low.
Well, there's only 2 laps to go now.
Yeah, so I believe you will manage it.
Fuel is fine. I've knocked it right down to 6 now. 20-second lead. I'm not pushing it, as you can see from my lap times now.
You could.
My fuel map's down to 6.
But yeah, you could change everything down to slow and maybe get even get one mistake and still win.
So we'll get to 1 second penalty there.
And he's gone off again.
Oh dear. Fortunately, I'm in a good race. So yeah, I mean he's got the fastest single lap time round this race, sitting in pole, but It's all about consistency through the race. Now many of you have seen my races where I haven't had that, but so far, after 11 laps, I've managed to be mistake free.
Yes.
And I'm also avoiding, as he goes wide coming out the pits as well.
Yeah, that must be something to do with cold tyres, not sure, but very, very possibly.
So I've had a mistake free race and I've managed to get away without pitting.
Anyway, now we're spectating J.R. Crater.
So is he going to get his 5th place back? Well,
looks like he is.
He is, because Koflare's got a penalty.
But he's got through before the penalty anyway.
Just as Koflare did against him in the previous lap. So yes, J.K. Ratter up to 5th. Remember, he started in 6th place, so he's up a place.
Oh, but he just got fastest sector there.
Back to me in the lead, coming to complete my penultimate lap.
Yes, on to the last lap, just about.
Yeah, really dialed things down now. I'm not pushing it, I'm not risking a mistake.
But yes.
Power's down.
So, I'm not sure if this would work, but...
I've just realised I've got my hazard lights on. Don't know how I turned those on, if they've been on all the time. So final lap.
Yes.
I've got, well, when we're turning the fuel map down, I think at this stage I was about 12 seconds, about 12-second lead over 2nd place.
Yes.
Who really, Wheelie Boys 972, we haven't mentioned him much. He's had a really quiet race, but he's plodded on, presumably not making many mistakes himself, and he's sitting pretty in 2nd place.
Yes. Melios 1 hasn't made any mistakes either, well, not many anyway. But he has been doing a couple of overtakes, and he's up into 3rd. Anyway, with a spare moment here, I'm not sure if this is right. I've said it before, but I believe you could turn everything down to slowest, and maybe even make one mistake and still win.
Well, my fuel map is on the lowest setting now as we switch to Wheelie Boys. We've just been speaking about him. Here he's in 2nd place, not making many mistakes.
Yes, but
he's got a pack chasing him.
But both Melios 1 and MTB Mick 50 are in the battle for 2nd.
Yes, they are.
He hasn't been making any mistakes. We just switched to Melios, who just got into 2nd.
Takes him around the outside.
Nice move there.
Is he going to hold it? Is he going to hold it?
Yes.
Just. And MTB Mick comes past as well.
Or has he?
Is he into that first corner?
Yes.
I think he probably is. Oh, although he's gone wide. Oh, we didn't see the end result of that as I come around the final corner to finish the race.
Still looks like MTB Mick 50 is in 3rd, but
yes.
Well done.
Yes. Get in. Get in. What a race. What a win.
Very lonely, but
and here comes Melios in 2, and MTB Mick did hold on for 3rd.
And with Wheelie Boys behind him, did a
Wheelie
quiet
Boys.
Race, good race, ended up in 4th.
JRK Ratter there in 5th. Koflare in 6th place there.
7th and 8th coming to finish now. A gold medal for you. Well done.
I'm pleased with that race. I'm pleased to have a mistake-free race. I'm pleased that I managed to think about my fuel up before the race to avoid having to make a pit stop. So thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that race.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.